The NFL on EA Sports brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Washington football team. DeAndre Carter returning it. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Fitzpatrick going to give to Gibson. It's a first down and more for Gibson. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson. 46 yards. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Here's a quick throw to Higgins out wide. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Here we go. Ready? 11 MT, take. 11 MT, stop.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Now it's Burrow. Flush to his right. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. from the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Forced out to his left. He gets this one to Boyd. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines, looking at themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
That is first incompletion after a 4 for 4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Again, it's Burrow. Buying time to his left. And out of bounds right around the 20.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. Touchdown! It's T. Higgins with a touchdown pass from Joe Burrow. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field. I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 85 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down. 7-7, our score after 1. Second and 10. To throw is Fitzpatrick. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 31 yards. And Washington has taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the first down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. It is caught. It's Uzomah. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll run on first down. Mixon, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Here's Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. Whoa, it still won't go down. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Burrow will throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. On 2nd and goal, Burrow steps, feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Montez Sweat able to drop him for a loss of a couple. So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's get set. Big 13. Big 13. You got enough.
Here's Mixon. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. McPherson's kick is good. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Out out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. To throw, Fitzpatrick. Open man is the tight end, John Bates. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Fitzpatrick now. This one left side caught by Gibson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Fitzpatrick now to throw on 1st down. That's out to the flat for Gibson. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. To the air again, Fitzpatrick. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And the Bengals are going to have the short field here as they take over right at the 50.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And he's taken down inside the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He made his first attempt, this from 45. McPherson's kick is good. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the 2nd half. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmaker.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl.
That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a first and goal.
Gibson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
One more time with Gibson.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Throwing Fitzpatrick. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
And his kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow, he gets this in the hands of Mixon. And down he'll go at the 25.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Here's Kevin Huber now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Fitzpatrick. He gets it to Thomas. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20.
Here's a give to Gibson.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick.
He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete.
And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line.
97 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards. I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Flushed out right. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now Fitzpatrick. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Another try after the first down sack. Fitzpatrick. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. Now Fitzpatrick rolling to his right. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Ryan Fitzpatrick, a 3-yard touchdown run.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Brandon Wilson now from his end zone.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now Burrow on 1st down. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So look at this. They'll go for a field goal now to get within a score. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. Eluding the pressure right.
He'll look downfield for Humphreys.
We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Here's Fitzpatrick. And he finds McLaurin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
113 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Fitzpatrick throwing complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Fitzpatrick going to throw for it. And he is into the end zone for 2 more as the lead moves up to 16.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Here's Burrow.
And this one's incomplete.
If this offense can't get it done, they'll think back to just a few plays and say to themselves, this was a winnable game, and we let it get away. Still a chance to save it, but time's definitely running out.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
To throw, Burrow.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 21, and they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Throwing here, Fitzpatrick. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Fitzpatrick to throw it. His throw incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Fitzpatrick. Intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals are right back in this football game.
Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. Now Burrow. Connecting with Mixon. And he's going to pick up a first down here as that clock continues to run. A final shot now for Burrow. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. So a victory here for the Washington football team.
And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Cincinnati.